All systems ready.
Hey everybody out there, this is the Master Rules Lawyer coming at you again with continuing our series on ranking all of the spells in Dungeons and Dragons, starting with cantrips and working all the way to level 9 spells. And we are up today with the cantrip Chill Touch. Before we go into this, I'm going to quickly go over how we do our rankings. We rank these anywhere from D tier to S tier. S tier being the best, the kind of spell that you want to be able to pick up anytime it's available. Sometimes you'll even go out of your way to grab a feat or multi-class or something just to pick up the spell. It's that good. A tier is awesome. It's a spell that most of the time, if it's available, you're going to be looking at taking this. Always going to be a heavy consideration. You may not go as far as to grab a feat or something like that to pick it up, but if it's available, you're going to be strongly considering it, and it's going to be one of the best options you have available to you. B tier is going to be, these spells are very solid, good spells. Not always going to be the best option. They're going to be a little bit more situational, a little bit more niche, as far as whether or not they're going to be as effective as what they could be. In some campaigns or in some situations, some builds, they're going to be just simply amazing. But in others, they might be a little bit lackluster. C tier is going to be kind of your middle of the road kind of spells, the middling spells that have their uses. They're not bad necessarily, but usually there's better options. But there are going to be some situations where they shine through and are cool and good to have. And then there's D tier, which are your traps, your ones that are pretty much not a spell you should ever take, no matter how cool or flavorful the spell might be. It's just one that you pretty much just want to stay away from. That there's always something better you can take. There's other ways to accomplish this that don't require a spell. That can be done with other actions or items or something like along those lines. So those in mind, let's get started looking at Chill Touch. Chill Touch is a cantrip with a casting time of 1 action. It's got a range of 120 feet. Verbal and somatic components. It has a duration of 1 round. It is from the Necromancy School. It is a ranged attack roll, and it does necrotic damage. You create a ghostly skeletal hand in the space of a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the creature to assail it with the Chill of the Grave. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 necrotic damage, and it can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn. Until then, the hand clings to the target. If you hit an undead with this spell, it also has disadvantage on attack rolls until the end of your next turn. Just like any other damaging cantrip, or most damaging cantrips, the spell's damage die increase with 5th level, 11th level, and 17th level. 2d8 at 5th level, 3d8 at 11th level, 4d8 at 17th level. This spell is available to sorcerers, warlocks, and wizards. So, what do we think about Chill Touch? I personally think Chill Touch is one of the best damaging cantrips you have available to you. I think it's pretty underrated. And I might have a little bit of bias about this spell simply because I'm currently DMing a Curse of Strahd campaign that my group has been doing for about 2 years now, and our sorcerer in the group has Chill Touch in this, and in a campaign with undead, especially undead like vampires that have the regeneration property, um, this cantrip is just completely OP. Um, so in a situation like that, I want to say it's S class, S tier. It's just so good to have. But even outside a campaign like that, I still think it is, um, at worst, you're still uh, looking at an A tier uh, cantrip here. It's got a range of 120 feet, which is the highest range for a cantrip, I believe. I don't think there's any other damaging cantrips that can exceed that. Um, it's it's an attack roll, not a saving throw, which I think attack rolls are generally better, just with especially as you get into higher levels, when enemies tend to be able to make those saving throws when you can still hit them. And necrotic damage is rarely resisted, so it's it's a really solid spell all the way around. And the fact that you, as a bonus, they can't regain hit points, you'd be surprised how much that comes up, even against, even in campaigns where it's not got like um, undead, like in Curse of Strahd. There's still lots of enemies that can potentially regain hit points on you, and this just shuts that down. I mean, it's not even. It doesn't even stop just regaining hit points um, from natural abilities. You got a enemy who is smart and has potions or has healing spells or something like that at that disposal. Stops that too. It can really put a damper on um, the big boss, uh, the plans of the big boss that your opponents might have thrown at you, thinking that, oh, every round this thing is going to regain a mess load of hit points. You're stopping it uh, with a single cantrip, and then while you're just hitting it with this cantrip, the rest of your party can just be, blowing away its hit points with, you know, bigger spells. I mean, this is, um, I mean, and then let alone if we're talking about if it's an undead, um, you know, disadvantage on attack rolls against you as a bonus on that. It's a lot that you get for the cost of nothing other than your action. It's just incredibly good. And keep in mind that there are some undead like vampires that have resistance to necrotic damage, maybe some that are even immune. Even then, I mean, it's still worth using because you're you're putting disadvantage on those attack rolls, and you're stopping them from regaining hit points, regardless of whether it's undead or not. So, I mean, it's got applications. Even if you're coming up against something that's completely immune to its damage type, it is such a cantrip. I'm close to giving it S tier, but I don't think I would pick up a feat to take Chill Touch. That's my only reason I'm giving it A tier. Um, and I think there's just a lot of people that underestimate this cantrip. So when you have a chance to pick this up, I suggest doing so. I know my next sorcerer or warlock or wizard, I'm going to be doing so. I've gained a recent appreciation for this cantrip lately. It really makes me value it a lot more than I had before DMing this campaign. So, yeah, when you go to picking out your cantrips for your next spellcaster, give Chill Touch a serious consideration. If, of course, if anybody disagrees with me, think I am hyping up Chill Touch too much, let me know in the comments. Or if you've had a character that has really made good use of Chill Touch or had a really cool moment that came out of Chill Touch, let me know. This channel is still new, so any likes or subscribes or comments always appreciated to help get things going. Um, get those you know uh, uh, any shares, I guess, to help get those views up, so we can get some more eyes on the channel. Really, really appreciate it, and I'm hoping to get to know you, all of you guys, and build up a community where we can, you know, chat and once we get this community built up a little bit more, maybe we'll start up a Discord server or something like that. So. Yeah, I'm really, really hoping this leads to, um, you know, making some new friends and all you guys, getting to share your own thoughts on these spells and maybe um, increasing some appreciation for some of these less appreciated spells. So yeah, appreciate a like and a subscribe, and yeah, keep staying tuned for additional entries in this little project of ours. Will be, since we're only doing one spell at a time, it's going to be a little bit slow going, but I'm going to keep trucking along, and um, we'll get there. You guys have a good one. Thanks.